This year's edition of the African Athletics Championships wraps up on Sunday in Asaba, Nigeria, after a tumultuous start. More than 600 athletes were caught up in travel chaos at Lagos Airport en route to the event venue. But has the tournament served African athletes sufficiently, especially as a qualifier for the IAAF Continental Cup in the Czech Republic next month? Well, CGTN's Edmond Nyabola explores that question from Asaba.
It had the making of an extremely competitive championship, going by the entry of top African athletes. But Asaba 2018 had a false start, with hundreds of athletes stuck at the Lagos airport due to lack of connecting flights. It took up to 48 hours for all teams to be brought to the host city.
I think Asaba 2018 was a very good chance for the Confederation of African Athletics to sort of recover or redeem its image, because in the past we haven't seen top African champions competing at African athletics. So being a non-championship here, this was a very key event for most of the athletes. We've seen several Olympic champions, world champions, and even previous African champions coming to Asaba looking to win African titles.
Logistical challenges prompted a change in the program, some athletes having no time to rest before starting their events.
Most of them mentally perhaps were not strong enough to endure such kind of difficult travel coming to the venue. So it affected the athletes, but slowly by slowly I think they're coming through. Only the ones who are mentally stable, mentally fit, have been able to conquer these championships.
But it has been a display of the best African talent. As expected, the favourites are running the show at the Stephen Keshi Stadium, and this doubling up as an IAAF Continental qualifier, no one is leaving anything to chance, as only the first two will make the cut for Czech Republic.
We are sure that Africa has a very good team, a very strong team for the Continental Cup. What we need to do is I know some of the selection, there is a selection criteria that could be a bit worrying, because let's say if there's a 1-2 Kenyan finish, they might take the number 3 if they are from a different country. That could pose a challenge, because in between the gap, it means another continental athlete, maybe an athlete from Europe or Asia, could go in and win it.
CAA has been putting in very little in terms of developing athletes individually, and we are not going to see a situation where the whole team will go into camp, but everybody has his or her own program, so it's basically for each coach and each athlete to work separately and come and run as an African team at the Continental Cup.
IAAF President Sebastian Coe has been present at these championships. He promised more support for the regional federation, including awarding Africa hosting rights for top-level global championships.
For instance, in Kenya, we've had the World Youth Championships, and we are going to have the Under-20 again. That shows that the will is there. But now we have to pass the test. You know, the small event like the African Championships is a good chance for us to show the world and the IAAF that we can host this.
A memorable event for a Nigerian state that has raised some of the finest sports stars within the continent and beyond. Residents of this city have played their part by turning up in numbers at this facility, knowing that in spite of the challenges, they pulled it off. Asaba only took up the burden of hosting these championships after the initial host city, Lagos, failed to do due diligence. The legacy left behind by these championships will be felt for decades to come here in Delta State. Edmond, Nyabola, CGTN, Asaba, Nigeria.